because no one knows how to make clothes anymore. They don't understand how difficult and how long it took and how many hands it took to make that garment. They're so separated from the value of a beautifully made, the most labor-intensive product on the market today is clothing.
Hi, Cynthia. It's so great to get to meet you in person and finally have a conversation.
Likewise, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Would you tell us a little bit about yourself just to get started for those who don't know you and your brand Baacal?
You know, after having been in the industry for so long and have had a few really nice successes, I just really wanted to maybe try something new. I went to a meeting, somebody incredibly fashionable who I admired at the time, and I thought, well, I'm gonna get something new to wear. And I'd gained some weight. I didn't fit into any of my clothes. I also wanted something new. And I started calling in favors. I called designers in New York. I called stylists from Neiman Marcus. And 2 weeks go by, 60 boxes in. I do a major try-on session. And I have to tell you, Kate, I felt so dejected. I felt frumpy and kind of old. And I thought, my God, I have a lot of confidence in who I am and what I wear, and I know I could pull something together. But the mere fact that I went through that process, and I'd always known that women past a size 8 had a really hard time finding great clothes. If I, as a creative, as a designer, as someone with resources, cannot find something that makes you feel good and look good,
Yeah.
What does every other woman do? This is not okay.
You're making a luxury product at a higher price point, but you're still seeing your top sale is the 18 to 20 size, and you're seeing people above that also buying your clothing, when what we've been told for so long is that the plus size consumer doesn't want to spend money on clothes, doesn't care about fashion.
Not that she doesn't care. What I was told in my first investor meeting is, yeah, but isn't she just going to wait till she loses the weight? So it's not that she doesn't care. It's that they're always thinking who you are right now doesn't matter.
They're thinking, yes, it's just a temporary state.
Yeah, because we all just want to get skinny. And that was said to me across the table at a woman who was an 18, telling me I don't want to shop.
Tell me more about your choice you made when you started Baacal to redo how you were designing things, redo your whole process by using dead stock fabric.
So for me, I had to look 360 at the business. When you cut multiples, the cutter will cut the layers, and you end up with these stacks of fabric after they've cut out the patterns. And it just goes into the dumpster.
Oh, wow.
And I would watch this, and I would go to my cutters, and the dumpsters would be full of clean fabric. Like, this is not okay. So I started pulling all that stuff, saving it all, and then finding a few people that would accept them. And mostly they were nonprofits that were doing items like scrunchies and bags and woven things for other women. And I would donate, and they were so happy to get it. So I at least took care of my own. I took care of the waste I was making. A small circle. Save the world. I need to start with my neighborhood, right?
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about how you completely flipped your entire design process, because you wanted to start with what already existed rather than making new things.
Because I'm insane and, don't need a bigger challenge than I already have. But yeah, it was just really important to me that I try it, that I really try and see if this is something that can be scalable. I think that's probably the biggest challenge, is scaling. And so I do have to reverse engineer my process. So most designers, you think, you imagine, you get inspiration, you design, and then you go out and find the fabric, or you have the fabric made to your specification. So for me, I go to mills. I have relationships with mills that I can use their leftover sampling. The same way that a designer creates a collection, mills create fabric collections. Then you select every season. I really wanted to think about, okay, maybe it's a limited run. Maybe it's, we picked a few fabrics today. There's only 30 yards of one. There's only 180 yards of the other. I checked. Unfortunately, there was only 12 yards of that stripe. So that's not going to work.
Yeah.
I have to find what I love, see how many yards are in there, and then really think about what's going to be best for this fabric. And then the other thing too, Kate, is that, okay, everyone talks about price. My price point is high.
Yes.
Everything's made in Los Angeles. I pay everyone a living wage. I work with small, mostly women-owned businesses here locally. I pay people the mileage to to travel and transport. My prices are actually quite low. I don't take a full margin.
Yes.
So this idea that they're so high is only because this artificial pricing that exists that people are so used to. Garments have become so devalued. They don't understand how difficult and how long it took and how many hands it took to make that garment, right? They're so separated from the value of a beautifully made, the most labor intensive product on the market today is clothing. If you think for one moment that that $69 garment that you just bought didn't exploit someone, and it probably is a child and a woman somewhere, you are dead wrong. You are dead wrong.
I was just about to go there. I was going to ask you, like, where do we get that artificial pricing from? It's at somebody's expense.
It's always at someone's expense.
So what would you say to someone who maybe wants to do better, but we are in such a critical time and in a crisis in the economy?
Clothing shouldn't be disposable. Should last you. So I would say, I would encourage you to maybe buy 1 or 2 better pieces a year. If you put on a garment that fits better, it is transformative. The way that you feel, the way that you wear, the compliments that you're going to get, the fact that you're not thinking about what you're wearing all day because you're not tugging and pulling at this ill-fitting garment, really is transformative.
And I loved, we had your trench coat at one of our shoots that literally everyone looks good in. They all found a different way to wear it, tie it, play with it.
Don't make me cry, because for me, that's what it's about. I want everyone to wear their clothes. I want Baacal to become those pieces in your wardrobe. I don't ever want it to be about the clothes, right?
It's about accentuating the person.
Yes.
Yes. And that's what we're about at Viva Voce and why we're so excited to partner with you.
I really appreciate that. And I have to say, it's so needed what you're doing. It is so needed. And I'm so glad you're here for it. Can I move my leg though? It's about to die.
Yeah, move your leg, all that.
Oh, thank God. Because, there's a booty on top of this leg.